Well, the countdown is on around the state and nation for polling locations to open. As we move throughout the morning, we will continue to bring you time checks for when polling goes live. Right now, take a look at your screen. We have less than 2 hours before the doors open. And our Nick Reagan created an in-depth voter guide to help you understand exactly what you'll be voting on today. You can see that under the big red box at live5news.com.
And before you head to the polls, you want to make sure you are registered to vote. To do so, head to the big red box at live5news.com and click on Am I Registered to Vote? Then fill out the page with your personal information there to see if you are officially ready for today. Now, let's take a look at just how many people could be heading to the ballot boxes today. In South Carolina, there are exactly 3,351,072 people registered to vote. About 155,000 of those are in Berkeley County, 272,000 of those in Charleston County, and just under 105,000 in Dorchester County. Now, the area with the most registered voters is Greenville County with just under 341,000 registered voters. Allendale County has the least number at about 4,000 within the county. Now let's hear a little bit more about how you and when you can go vote. Polling locations across the Palmetto State are gearing up for you to cast your ballots, and again, just under 2 hours.
Our Gracie Kirshner is live at one of those polling locations now in Mount Pleasant. So Gracie, what can we expect today at the polls? Good morning.
Good morning, Anna and Shelby. Here at Moultrie Middle and all across Charleston County, students are off school today as people are able to exercise their civic duties and head out to the polls. And right here in Mount Pleasant, the town is gearing up to potentially elect a new leader. Election officials tell me that there will be lower voter turnout numbers this year with around only 20% because there are no statewide, Senate, or presidential race, but there are several mayoral elections across the Lowcountry, including in Mount Pleasant, Isle of Palms, and Folly. But long lines are expected at the polls. Executive Director of the Charleston County Board of Elections, Isaac Kramer, says local elections are still important. Just because this election day is not getting as much national attention as a presidential election would, it still has a close impact on you.
Municipal elections just don't have the same level of engagement. Although it's not national headlines, they are local issues that that affect each one of us, our day-to-day lives. So our goal is to just let people know that there is an election. There's time still to do your research, look up the candidates, but know that today's election does impact your day-to-day life.
And if you are heading out to the polls today, make sure you bring that photo ID and that you head out to your correct polling location. Kramer says the best way to do that is to go to scvotes.gov. Polls will be open in just a few hours from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. today. Reporting live in Mount Pleasant, I'm Gracie Kirshner, Live 5 News.
Gracie, thank you. You do need a photo ID to vote, and it does not need to be a real ID like one that you would use for air travel. If you have been mailed an absentee ballot, those are due back at the Charleston County Board of Voter Registration and Elections by 7 p.m. tonight.
And as you head to vote, whether it be this morning, afternoon, or right before 7 p.m., here's a little bit more information about the actual voting process from when you pull into the location to when you leave. The County Board of Voter Registration works to find places that make voting accessible. Each location will offer accessible parking spots, doorways, railings, and paths for you to use. If you do have an accessibility issue while you're trying to vote, you can contact your voter registration elections office. And if you need help voting or reading or writing, there are a few options for you as well. Residents with disabilities can get some help during that process. You do have to tell a poll manager if you need that help, and you can pick anyone except your employer, an agent of your employer, or an officer or agent of your union in order to do so. For those with a disability, or if you're 65 years or older, there will be curbside voting available to you. Managers do monitor the area every 15-ish minutes to help anyone who is not able to stand in line. And to see more information on accessibility, you can head to scvotes.gov. Now let's take a look at how you're going to be getting to and from your polling locations as well.
Thanks to Shelby. The Charleston Area Regional Transportation Authority is here to help with just that. Today, CARTA will offer free rides to polling locations. All you have to do is board the bus and tell your driver you are going to a voting spot. Once you get to your stop, get off, vote, and do it all over again to get home.